These are the 3 easiest ways that you can create passive forms of income. Here's the problem with this. Once you start doing this, you can't stop the money from coming in. And then you have to get rid of it because having too much money is a problem. Let me ask you a question. If I said to you, what would you rather? I give you $1 million. So you have a business that makes $1 million only, right? But you have a lot of freedom, you have a lot of time, you have no stress. Or I give you a business that makes 10 million, but you got all these overheads, you got all this stress, all this these employee problems. Which would you take, the first one or the second one? Of course. And I'm starting to see a shift in the whole economy of how this is all working now. People can take away your cars, they can take everything away from you. The one thing they cannot take away is what's in your mind. It's the skill sets. And this is where the skill sets are now being monetized for passive income. Social media now allows people to pay you money to follow you. You're like, well, John, why would people do that? Why would someone pay money to follow you? I'll give an example. I've invested in a lot of companies, 25 plus companies. 4 of them are now unicorns, which means they're worth over $1 billion in valuation. Right? Right? Where did they come from? My community. What you want to do, you want to create a community, you want to have a knowledge, and then you want to create some kind of service on there. And you don't even have to do it for you, you can do it for other people. How many of you heard of an app called Clubhouse? So I'm an investor in Clubhouse. Has anyone heard me on Clubhouse before? Right, I was on there every day, right? I was like, well, I invested in it, I'm going to use it every day. But what I did build is I built a community. And on that community, I would meet investors. I would meet VCs, venture capital. I would meet family offices. And here's the crazy thing about this. When you create membership, people will pay to be part of it because they want proximity. I'm investing in Kraken as well. So Kraken, Coinbase, Binance are top 3. I'm very happy now, by the way, because time of what's happening now is good for me. But that only came from someone in my community that introduced me to somebody else who asked for my knowledge for something. She then asked me to sit down with her and create some strategies for her business because she's a massive VC, but she has no online brand. Right? Because the easiest way you can do this is going to create an online brand for you. That's what I'm saying. You want to create a business that creates income. Here's the problem with this. Once you start doing this, you can't stop the money from coming in. And then you have to get rid of it. Because having too much money is a problem. Yes or no? Right? Taxes. There's pros and cons. But my point is this, that you've got to have the foresight of what's coming. Do you know what's also happening now? How many heard of this? DeFi, decentralized finance. There are so many decentralized finance places out there right now. Like, for example, one of my accounts making me like 0.5% a day interest. But most banks only pay you 3% a whole year. Why is this important to you? Because you have to understand how DeFi works to roll into passive income. What do I mean? So here's how you make passive income in your membership. So imagine right now you have 1,000 members, and these 1,000 members are paying you $10 a month. So you're now making $10,000 a month. You spend half of it, you invest the other half. By the way, you know what people say to me? Say, John, I don't have the money to invest. Whether it's investing in your education, investing in real estate, investing in stock, whatever it is. Let's say you have a husband and wife scenario. Here's what you should really do. You take one of your income, goes to your expenses. The other income is only for investing. Easiest way to do it. But you must be aligned. Right? You can't say, oh, you're spending all the money, you're investing all the money, right? And eventually what will happen is when you start doing this, you have job income. Sorry, you've got your side hustle income, which is going up. Then you have your job income here, which is going down. And then you hit something called an inflection point. And this inflection point will allow you to quit this so you can have the time. Now, like I said, people don't want a job, but they don't want a business either. It's somewhere in between. Let me ask you a question. If I said to you, what would you rather? I give you $1 million. So you have a business that makes $1 million only, right? But you have a lot of freedom, you have a lot of time, you have no stress. Or I give you a business that makes 10 million, but you got all these overheads, you got all this stress, all this these employee problems. Which would you take, the first one or the second one? Of course. And I'm starting to see a shift in the whole economy of how this is all working now. I'm in this game 20 years, and I see the subtle changes that actually people really, all they want is they want time. Like if I said to you, I'll give you $1 billion, you only have 7 days to live, would you take it? No. Why? Even if it's $1 billion because your time's more important to you. Let me show you how this works. The most important thing on YouTube is you need to make sure you get the clicks. If people don't click on it, they won't watch it. That's the most important part. There's a really good software called VidIQ. VidIQ will allow you to put 2 images up to tell you which one gets the highest click. For example, I had someone who had a red dress on versus a blue dress. Guess which one got more clicks, red or blue? It's actually blue by about 3 times. Same picture, different color dress. So you got to learn how to split test this stuff. The missing part of the jigsaw puzzle is traffic. What's the word? Traffic. Traffic leads conversion. Let's say I'm working with Asta here. I'll say, write me a script on why people fail in their relationships. Then I'm going to clone your voice so you don't have to do anything. Then I take your voice, I put it into a podcast. People listen to it, and at the end you say, by the way, if you want to find love, go and take a $1 trial. Do you think if 1,000 people listen to that, one person's going to take the trial, yes or no? Yes. So it's all about exposure. What's the word? Exposure. But it's also about brand building, right? You got to learn how to build a brand. Like if I say to you, Tesla, who do you think about? Elon Musk. If I say to you, Virgin, who do you think about? If I say to you, BMW, who do you think about? Germany. Yeah, right? You don't actually think of a person. So that's why personal brand is so important. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk is one of the richest men in the world. So why does he need to be on social media? Why? He doesn't need to be, am I right, yes or no? He doesn't have to be on social media. But he has, everyone do this with me, everyone do this. This is called distribution. What's the word? Distribution. Distribution is being able to type one thing and millions of people can see it. So how does AI and algorithms work? That's why we have to train it. So if you go to OpenAI/GPT, you can use that to create a lot of your content, and then you can put it into some kind of membership. It's insane.